Up next, Steelers at home. I don't know about you, but I look at the Steelers roster, and I have no idea how they're 6-3 on the year. They just keep winning. They find a way to win.
Yeah, you're 100% right. I think it starts with Mike Tomlin's on that roster somewhere. T.J. Watt, Alex Highsmith, Cam Hayward, but it's limited, right? George Pickens might be their best offensive player, and he's not getting the ball, and he's unhappy. So at least he was going into yesterday. I haven't gone into too much detail on yesterday's game, but it's amazing. They've been outgained in every game, yet they're 6-3. Like, that's remarkable. Part of me says that string's got to run out. It catches up to you. Their point differential, they're losing. They have a negative point differential. That usually is a pretty good sign of how good you are as a team. But it certainly means you can't take the Browns for granted, or if the Browns can't take them for granted. The line's only 3.5 or 4. I thought it might be bigger. They just keep winning games, and that's certainly a credit to them. And all you had to do is, if you're the Browns or Browns fans, go back to week 2. Browns should have won that game, and they did.
Well, take a look. Here's some of the things that you're talking about. So they've been outgained in every game all season. They've run fewer plays than their opponent all season. Their point differential is a negative 26, and yet they're 6-3. If you think back to that, the game week 2, one of the keys to this is you can't give them – that offense struggles. Unlike the Ravens, they struggle. You can't give them points, and you can't give them extra possessions.
No, that's exactly right. You got to hang on to the ball, and we saw that in week 2 is obviously blatant. The Browns' defense is not on the field very often. We've seen that all year long. If the Steelers' offense isn't on the field all that often, it's tough to score points, right? Unless you hand them points. So that's got to be job number one. And I know you need to throw the ball. I know, obviously they're not going to just run it up the middle all day long. But I would not be stunned to see Kevin Stefanski play a field position game and say, hey, my defense is not going to give up more than 13 points. We'll figure out a way to get this 14 or 17 without really getting risky.
Yeah, the other thing is Najee Harris and Jalen Warren have started to run the ball. The Steelers are finally starting to run the ball, which takes a little bit of the pressure off Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, Warren's a good back. Like, he's electric. Najee feels like it takes him a while to get going. Mm-hmm. I think Warren scares you a little more as a defense. Pickett threw for like 125 yesterday, and they won the game. So, to me, it looks like the Browns should win this game. Like, I think it should be almost a comfortable win. But all the things we're talking about are why I hesitate, right? To hesitate to say that, because the Steelers can make you look foolish when you take them for granted.